Let's watch Jim as he runs through a module with a new trainee.
Officer, as we discussed, what you're going to see on the screen, I want you to react just as you would at your workstation. Again, the scenario based is it's 4 to 12, all right? Walking your post, what you're about to encounter, I want you to react just as you would react if it was the real deal, okay?
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I would radio in that I smell marijuana. Hearing voices, noticing a suspect at the bottom of the steps of the fire escape smoking, possibly another suspect. I would give a full description of the suspect. White shirt, sunglasses around the neck, work ID, tan pants, brown shoes, white veil.
You just call it quits. There's no cameras in here. And besides, my word will be short. My word will be short.
Don't stay away from backup.
And I've been here 7 years. I got too much to lose. Come on, let's talk about it.
Suspect is approaching me, becoming more aggressive. I would retreat. Still wait for backup.
I got too much to lose. Look,
You also observe that when the suspect becomes more aggressive,
because I think I can take it. Matter of fact, I think I can take you right now. I think I can kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't let me get back to my workstation. I'm either gonna go to my workstation or I'm gonna kick your ass right now. Better yet, I'm gonna do more than that. I'm gonna do more than that, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna cut your ass off.
Now, what I want to point out, first thing, is that as you were talking, your posture, always consider your defense mechanism of where you have to flee. Do you have to flee from your right, or do you have to possibly flee from your left? And then what you should be doing is pointing your shoulder to that direction. Okay. It was obvious to me, you picked up on the points, that there was more than two people, or more than one person, and the fact that you knew you had two people. You mentioned marijuana, and why did you say marijuana?
Well, I've been in certain situations, party situations, where there were people smoking.
Okay.
So I recognized the smell.
So you recognize it, you're using your senses, your sense of smell, all right, in conjunction with your hearing, that there's more, of course, than one voice. Sure. So you're knowing in a potential dangerous situation with more than one person, that possibly an illegal substance, all right? And I noticed that when you started giving description, you did mention that he had glasses. Mm-hmm. But one thing you didn't mention was, were the glasses on his face or were they hanging around his neck? Now, the important part to that might be that if he did flee and someone coming to your aid or to your assistance may be looking for somebody who's actually wearing glasses and not having glasses around. But the remaining part of your description was right on. You recognized the fact that you needed at this point also to retreat. What made you do that? Why?
Well, he's becoming more aggressive. He was stepping towards me, and knowing that he had been smoking marijuana, his judgment may have been clouded. So I would rather retreat and wait for backup and then handle the situation.
Okay, so you pretty much recognize this thing could escalate into a more violent type of confrontation, mm-hmm. and the best method that you felt was necessary was at that point to retreat.
Yes.
I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Knowing and understanding that that you've recognized that what this person did is probably going to be a situation where, if not possibly arrested, that it may be, of course, loss of job. And of course his impairment issue may escalate the situation to actually become violent. You separated yourself from it. Real good physical description, so that if anybody else needed to know anything, that information was already dictated to you over your radio. And also, what you might not have realized, as soon as you communicated those situations, everybody understood that where you were and what you were doing. One of the most important things. All right? Nice job.
Thank you.
As you can see from the demonstration, the CITP is state-of-the-art and is only offered by Covenant Security. Remember, there are two ways for you to use Covenant in their interactive security training. One, you can contract with Covenant to supply your company with Covenant's own CITP-trained security personnel. The second way is to have Jim and his staff come to your location and train the in-house security personnel you now have in place. Either way, using Covenant is a win-win for you and your company.